Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing first game we just had between Crimson Academy and Capital. I'm still shook from that game, you wish. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm hoping that the rest of the games we see are going to be as good, and I'm sure they will be. I have no doubt. I'm excited. It was a great game to start the night. Get us really warmed up, and I'm excited to see what we got coming up for us next.
And on Braxis too. So, do you know what the second map we're doing tonight is?
I believe it is Cursed Hollow.
Cursed Hollow. Wow. So, definitely a very macro-heavy map. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, are we going to see an Abathur on this map? What do you think?
It's very popular. Abatha is definitely one of his stronger maps. So it's entirely possible. Yeah, other than that, I'm not sure what more I can say. It's a possibility for sure, like a strong possibility, I would say. We could even see a ban.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Maybe we won't see Gorosh and Genji ban this game.
We can hope. We're hoping. We're hoping.
Yep, so who have we got up for this round? You-ish?
We've got Funky Moon versus Morton Monkeys for the first time seeing them again in the Open this season. So again, should be a pretty good map. Two strong teams typically in the past. So should be very competitive, I reckon.
So it's interesting because Morton's Monkeys, they placed second last season. They weren't able to take out Rich Gang, now Reality, in the promotion series. So they're back in the Open Division. They're back trying to claw their way up into the Premier. I noticed this week Morton himself isn't a part of that lineup, so I don't know whether he's taking a back seat or what's really going on. But big shout out to Morton. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, well, someone's been around the scene for a while. Whether it's Morton's Monkeys last season or last year, we had him managing the Darksider boys. So someone that knows his HotS very very well and has a team under his wing yet again. So I'm sure they'll go far.
I was a very big fan of Morton's lists. I can't deny. I'm a very big fan of Morton's anything.
By the end, I was rooting for them. It was great to see them making it all the way to BlizzCon.
So going into the draft, Cursed Hollow, Funky Moon against Morton's Monkeys.
So do you think...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think we're more than likely to see the Genji ban, or do you think we'll see that Abathur ban?
I think from Morton's Monkeys, I would like to see a little variety than a basic Genji or Gorosh ban. So I hope they do ban out the Abathur, just so we can see something a little bit more highbrow. But, we get the Gorosh anyway.
We're going to stay lowbrow.
So
it's definitely a team, like it was definitely a team where we could have seen that if they chose to ban something else, they definitely got the roster to play some of those spicier heroes. But unfortunately, likely to see Funky Moon ban probably the Genji.
Well, speaking of Funky Moon, one of the real questions, one of the things we really need to know is, last week we seen Penta. He played Decade. I think he also played a tank one game. So which role is he going to take in this series?
Yeah, that's true. That was a bit of a surprise seeing him on two different roles. So I think he played a Decade and then a Hanzo, I think it was, in the second game.
His Decade was okay. I wasn't really feeling it.
Fair. I can't remember. Did they win that game with the Decade, or did they win their second game with him on the Hanzo? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
And Maiev banned and then an insta-lock Genji. I respect it, Morton's Monkeys.
Yeah, you have to assume that you would rather deal with the Genji than the displacement of the Maiev.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, Funky Moon, they would have banned Maiev knowing that likely Mortons were going to take the Genji as their first pick. So, who do they respond with? Which heroes can you use to kind of slow that Genji down?
Uh, that's a good question. I mean, you want something. Anutha goes well with the Genji. Anutha can go well against the Genji when if he Swift strikes onto your back line where you can just turn around and stun him.
Definitely.
So that could possibly be an option.
So they
The
pick up
Malfurion.
and the Blaze, which is a good combo. You've got the bunker to kind of get you out of trouble when you need it. That sorry.
And
go ahead.
yeah, you're right. I was saying, and Malfurion with his ice block in the later stages of the game makes him a lot less of a target for Genji diving onto him. So, and Malfurion, like we say, every single game, such a strong. He's just the best healer in the game at the moment. So you can't ever go wrong with him.
He does have that Twilight meme, and he's getting it ready to drop it on you right now. Well, we see Mortons Monkeys. They come back with Johanna and Sonya.
So Sonya going into that Blaze in the solo lane. That'd be interesting.
Well, it's definitely a good matchup. I believe Sonya wins that, but Blaze is able to contest if played well. But now, what would you like to see banned from Funky Moon?
I would probably like to see the Uther ban. I think taking the Divine Shield Genji away. Mind you, we don't see a lot of Dragon Blade. We're seeing a lot of X-Strike Genji now, so maybe not quite the highest the priority, but a support ban would make sense, having already got the Malfurion of their own. So if they didn't ban, yeah, definitely Sukov. Yeah.
I personally would ban Uther just because I feel like that combo is a little bit too strong, but it looks like they're going to let that go through. They do ban the Sukov in the end.
Yeah, it makes sense in this current meta with Malf sitting on top. Stukov, even with the slight changes and stuff, he hasn't had it for a little while now, for a couple of weeks. Still very solid second spot.
Definitely. And now Morton's Monkeys with their second ban. So going in Malfurion and Blaze, is there anything you think that they could ban to kind of choke out Funky Moon?
It's hard to know. Malfurion and a Blaze doesn't really give much away for what you're thinking about for the rest of your draft. Banning Stitches, so the old school hook into that end.
The memes are coming out tonight.
Okay, well that with a mouth, that's unexpected. Wow. Okay, that they had that ready to go.
Funky Moon, wow.
So the question is, are we going to see Morton's Monkeys? How are they going to adjust? Are they going to pick up something like a Tychus? You could maybe, because they've got to pick up their support as well, don't they? So
well, here's really the thing. You could pick up the Karazim and take the seven-sided strike. Seven-sided strike, that's percentage-based damage. So that would deal with the Cho'Gall if you could get him isolated. You could also pick up the Malthael or the Tychus and run it in that second slot, but then you would be relying quite heavily on Genji to do a lot of DPS. It's a bit of a gamble.
I feel like the Malthael is unlikely with already the Sonya. The Malthael or the Sonya don't really do well in like a 3 or a 4-man. Typically, and they go on that Karazim. Karazim's seen a lot of play lately. And Lunara, who I have to check, but she has a giant killer. Is it at 13 or 16?
After the rework, yeah, I believe it is at 13. Yeah.
Okay. My wife would be able to tell me. She's a big Lunara player.
Oh, really?
She loves Lunara. So she would tell me off for not knowing. But so that will actually help. And like you said, the Karazim. Karazim was seeing a lot of play lately. He's really risen, especially after the mid-season brawl. The Koreans played him a lot. We saw him a couple of times last week. And a Jaina to finish off Funky Moon. So a Jaina, again, very a solid hero at the moment, very much in the meta. She does good. So it's a Cho'Gall, though. I mean, we can't really talk about anything but the Cho'Gall, can we?
Definitely. I mean, Jaina is, as you said, Jaina is a very popular mage in the meta at the moment. We did see Crimson Gaming's Hacky try and proc a Kalthazard in the Premier's division the other night. However, not to much success. So it's good to see Funky Man going for that Jaina, going for the safe pick.
Yeah, I think definitely at the moment, Jaina, for majors with Jaina, your Li Mings are probably some of your top picks. Hacky did a little bit better on his Kel'Thuzad last night. So whether we'll see, he's got his redemption now. Whether we'll see him pull it out again, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think going into this game? What are you excited to see?
So this game is all going to hinge on how well Morton's Monkeys deal with the Cho'Gall, and it's unfortunate to put it that way, but that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, Funky Moon, I'm loving the Cho'Gall.
Yeah, bringing a little. That's that spice. We were asking for Spice Cup, so they've given us the spice that we wanted. We can't.
So coming in for Funky Moon, we've got Penta, our favorite support player on the Malfurion, Pal on Blaze, Stump God on the Jaina, and on the Cho'Gall we've got on Cho, we've got Boxilic and Electro Games on the Gall.
And on the red side for Morton's Monkeys, amongst the paws that we've got Strider on the Johanna, Venom is on the Karazim, Voljono, I hope I've got that right, on the Genji, Kermit on the Sonya, and Trixie on that Lunara. So,
shout out to Australian Internet. We love it. We see it every week.
Well, you and I don't have to really deal with Australian Internet very much, so it's good.
We deal with it every week, though, Wish. We're here every week. We have interactions with Australian Internet every week. It goes down every week.
It's true. It's reliable like that. It will reliably go down.
What's the thing called? Is it NBN? Does that actually exist?
Well, I believe it exists. I don't think it's a complete fairy tale, but maybe a fairy tale from what it used to be, or what it was going to be, and what it actually is. I don't know. I shouldn't rag on it too much. They're trying. Hard.
Why not? Why not rag on it? They can try all they want, but it's not getting any better.
That's true. Oh dear.
Looks like we're still having some issues with DCs, so the pause is just going to take a little bit longer than what we expected. Sorry, guys. We're trying our hardest to deal with these dishes, but let's take a look at the level 1 talents that we've got here, and we're back into the game now. Karazim taking that Iron Fist, concentrating on the damage. Blaze heading up into the top lane while everyone else, just skirmishing around in mid. Cho'Gall just sending that ball out. Strider just zoning the members of Funky Moon, keeping them away from the backline. Let's see what happens here. Genji heading up into the top lane just to grab some EXP to annoy Pal on the Blaze. You have to grab that EXP when it comes up to the towers, so that's good for Morton's Monkeys.
Yeah, and Genji being able to, such a mobile hero, he can easily do that back down again nice and quickly.
It's interesting because Funky Moon, they have Cho'Gall and Malfurion in the bottom lane up against the Sonya. Sonya, there's no way she's going to win this lane, so she's just, soaking under the tower, just waiting for the rest of the team to kind of rotate down to give her a hand. But now that they have come down, it looks like the Cho'Gall and the Malfurion are going to rotate towards this towards the Bruiser camp? Definitely.
Yeah, picking it up nice and early. Good to see that. Being very proactive. Morton's Monkeys dropping back, picking up the siege camp at the same time, so it'll be an interesting bit of a trade out.
But what's interesting here is that siege camp that Morton's Monkeys is picking up, that's going to head down the bottom lane where the action is going to be. That's where the tribute is spawning. Whereas the camp that Funky Moon pick up. That's going to be in the mid lane, which is a little bit further away from that tribute. So if Funky Moon can take advantage of that, it's quite possible they could use that either to get value or to distract while they're trying to pick up their tribute. Looks like they've got Penta and Stump God down in the bottom lane here to clean up that the Siege Giants. Kermit picking up the Bruiser camp there, which is going to hit through mid. But Mortons Monkeys, they managed to clean up Funky Moon's Bruiser camp, and which will allow their own Bruiser camp to get a bit of value in bottom. And the tribute is spawning now. So no one picked up any globals this game, so everyone's going to have to make their way down to that tribute. Pal at half health. Cho'Gall picks up the Siege Giants in the top lane.
Oh, and
so
the quick turnaround and that kill on that Malfurion. Trixie got really low. And then also the kill on that Blaze up in the top lane. So Morton's Monkeys all of a sudden putting that pressure on, easily going to get that first tribute with getting those 2 quick kills.
Definitely, there's no way that Funky Moon can contest that with only the Cho'Gall and the Jaina. Stump God doing what she can in the bottom lane just to force everyone away. Cho'Gall coming in on Strider in the mid lane, just using that ball to try and pick up some damage on the towers. I respect that. It looks like he's going to get this tower quite low.
He's done well. He pushed in really well with that Bruiser camp that they had. Made full advantage of that spell shield from the camp. And so yeah, he's pushed in to get that gate and almost got that tower down very low.
I think eventually he is going to get that tower. He's getting very close. I think it's going to go down now.
Nice amount of poke coming out of the Cho'Gall.
Definitely, there's some really interesting matchups going on here. You know, you've got the Blaze against the Genji in the top lane. This isn't something that we would regularly see. The Blaze having a lot more system than the Genji, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Lunara getting taken out.
It's a very even game. These kills going backwards and forwards. There's a little bit of experience lead from Morton's Monkeys, but it's really not very much. Very evenly placed game.
Spawned. Sonya down in the bottom lane, so it looks like Funky Moon are going to pick that tribute up quite easily. And while they pick that up, you've got Kermit in the bottom lane, just taking these towers down for free, more or less. So trading out that tribute just to get some towers, to get a bit more EXP to try and extend that lead. But you've got Cho'Gall now down here trying to chase him back.
And trying to get that little bit of a lead if they can, going into the 10.
Yeah, because that's what the race is, right? Which team can pick up the 10 first? Who's gonna can we have our ultimates up for that? You know, the tribute that's gonna bring the curse. Trixie rotates down onto the Cho'Gall, but it looks like he's gonna escape. Got a skirmish going on the mid lane. Strider getting low, but managed to escape. That's fine. Everyone rotating down. Pal jumps onto Karazim. Kermit getting quite low, unfortunately getting caught by that rope. Cho'Gall just zoning out Strider. Now the question is, how long can Morton's Monkeys keep them from the tribute, even though they did have their heroics?
Yeah, they'd only just got them, and not too much of an event, still being that man down. They'll still be able to contest for this third one that will be coming up very quickly. And
we do see the 7-sided strike coming out from the Karazim. No Divine Palms today. X strike on the Genji, which is, you know, that's become quite usual unless you have like a support like a Nutha to give you that extra protection when you have the Dragon Blade out.
Yeah, and then the Wrath, typical of your Sonya, and we got little bit of a variance with the Lunara's build, going a Sentinel Wisp at 1, but then sort of more of a poke build going into the Thornwood Miner at level 10.
Got Funky Moon trying to pick up their boss camp in the bottom lane now. Hopefully they're able to pick that up before Mortons Monkeys notice, as they are heading down towards that area now with the tribute spawning in the bottom lane.
They've got that vision there provided by the Cho'Gall, so they might know possibly. I don't think Mortons Monkeys realise they've got that Jaina, but they're going to get that boss, and that boss pushing as the tribute is spawning now, it's going to have to be dealt with by Monkeys.
Well,
incredible timing.
That's exactly what we spoke about earlier with that 7-sided strike from the Karazim.
Yeah, putting that so much pressure onto that Cho'Gall, getting him poured out, just getting him so low so quickly.
The HP bar melted. We've got they've sent Sonya back to try and deal with that boss. But Kermit is very low. I don't think he's going to get taken out here. Cho'Gall jumping onto Strider. He pops.
He's got to watch it in the back line.
He grabs him. Being bullied away. Some god is going to pick up that tribute, and that's going to be a curse for Funky Moon. That boss, but in delaying that, they have brought that boss down. Kermit is in trouble here. He's about to be picked up. Gets the root, and I think this is going to be a good night for Kermit. Straight back into the resting place. So now we got Funky Moon putting a lot of pressure on the bottom lane here. They've also got Siege Giants in the top, which will likely pick up that fort.
Yeah, a lot of pressure all over the map right now.
And they're already through the towers.
And they're thinking about this keep.
Using the X-Strike to try and bring down the boss. The keep is at half health. It looks like it is going to go down. However,
are they going to save it?
Bringing it back in. The bunker comes out to save Kermit getting low. Lunara gets popped. Kermit goes down. Genji's running away, but he is slow. I think they're going to grab him. And he gets popped as well. That's a 5-man.
Managed to get the Johanna as well. They're going to do some core damage. If not, they might be going to try and finish this game off really early.
This could definitely be an end. You know?
That escalated really quickly. It looked like they were backing out, and that's going to be done. Wow. That's what a couple of kills will do you, and that turns into 5 kills, and all of a sudden we've got a 9-minute game on Cursed Hollow. That was incredible.
9-minute game, no Twilight memes. It's so funny because when Funky Moon were taking that boss, like never in a million years did I think that play would go from, you know, taking the boss to being able to end just from that chain of events. So
yeah, it seemed to be good timing to get it, to provide that pressure while they were trying to get the curse point. But then even though the boss was wound down a little bit, by the time they got the curse, they just pushed all the way through. And then as they come back out, the Morton's Monkey tried to do that engage, but they just turned around and got that kill on Kermit. And then all of a sudden they just turned it back around. The strength of that Cho'Gall, so much health, just pushed back in again.
It was a bit concerning. It was as if Morton's Monkeys played that last team fight a little bit too aggressively. Like, you seen Kermit go in with that X-Strike, but, you know, he got locked down and he was unable to, you know, get out. I don't even know. Like, it was just a bit unfortunate.
It certainly wasn't expecting it to go that quickly. But then we wasn't expecting the Cho'Gall. So that's what happens, I suppose, when you get a Cho'Gall and you just can dominate with it.
Cho'Gall, so strong, you know. So because that match went so quickly, we are gonna have an extended break this time. So we're gonna be back in about 10 minutes. So stick around. We'll have the third game. Looking forward to seeing you guys back. And we'll see you soon.